This is WYNR in Chicago, the new giant of Chicago skies.
WYNR 1390 Winner.
12:55 p.m. Greenwich Mean Time.
It is now 12:55 in the afternoon in Malmo, Sweden.
And 7:55 in the morning at Wynr News.
Tehran, more anti-government demonstrations have erupted in Iran. Religious demonstrators rioted this morning in the southern city of Shiraz. They shouted for the overthrow of the Shah as they smashed shops and set fire to cars and trucks. A police colonel and a policeman were injured in the clashes, along with many rioters. The army immediately imposed martial law. This is the third successive day of violence in Iran. Martial law was imposed in the capital of Tehran last night. The rioters are members of a Muslim sect who oppose government reform programs. Another demonstration in Tehran this morning was dispersed with tear gas. Some shooting was heard as troops rounded up religious leaders in a house-to-house search. The government says at least 26 persons were killed, 60 wounded as of yesterday in rioting throughout the country. Caracas. Venezuelan police have picked up 3 suspected terrorists near an American military mission in Caracas that was raided last night. Pro-Castro raiders invaded and burned the mission after forcing 6 Americans and 4 Venezuelan Army guards to strip. They stole the uniforms and the guards' weapons. Damage to the building is estimated at $20,000. The State Department has made no comment yet. Chicago. 13-year-old Stephen Lewis is in critical condition this morning after being shot 4 times in the abdomen while walking home from a babysitting job in Chicago. Lewis told police that 3 white youths in a light-colored Chevrolet fired a pistol at him in front of the Shoup School at 112th Place and Bishop Avenue on Chicago's South Side just before midnight. The Negro youth said he had been babysitting at the home of his sister, Jean Bell, at 1459 West 112th Place. He was walking the 5 blocks to his home at 10,723 Glenroy Avenue when he was shot. Police say the incident is the 3rd in recent days. 2 white men were shot at earlier. One of them was hit in the arm and abdomen. Lewis is at Little Company of Mary Hospital. Montgomery. Governor George Wallace of Alabama says he will take whatever risk is necessary to stop the march of the central government on Alabama. Wallace refused to comment yesterday when a federal court judge issued a restraining order against him at Birmingham. But his news secretary said the injunction wouldn't change Wallace's stand. The governor apparently intends to defy the court order, which prohibits him from barring Negroes from the University of Alabama. 3 Negroes are scheduled to enroll Monday. Wallace has vowed to turn back any Negro who attempts to integrate the state school by standing in the doorway. Vatican City. Nearly 2 million persons are expected to pay their final respects to Pope John before the pontiff's body is interred today. The seemingly endless procession of mourners continues to file through St. Peter's Basilica. Tokyo. Peking radio says the Red Chinese Foreign Ministry has accused India of setting up aggressive military structures in Chinese territory, then lying about it. The charge was made public yesterday. Again, WYNR's top story of the hour. New rioting erupts in Iran. Chicago area weather flash to WYNR from the U.S. Weather Bureau. Partly cloudy and warm today. Chance of a thunder shower or 2, high in the upper 80s. Mostly fair tonight, low in the 60s. Continued warm tomorrow. Chance of a thunder shower, high in the 80s. Current winter weather watch readings: wind southwest 7 miles an hour. Humidity 72%. Present temperature 70 WYNR degrees. This is Tom Beck, Winter News, WYNR Chicago. Remember, if you don't want it heard on WYNR News, don't let it happen.
Winner's Bruce Brown program.
Baby, let's move it now! Come on!
2.5 minutes after 8 o'clock is the WYNR Winter Dollar time. We've got 150 Winter Dollars riding on a lucky dollar bill with the serial number C, as in Tom Beck. 122-801-56. C, 122-801-56. If you have $1 bill with that serial number, bring it to the studios of WYNR before 8:25 this morning. I'll give you $150.
WYNR 1390.
7 minutes after 8 o'clock in the morning, 70 WYNR degrees.
Those Those in the know always get with Camels a real cigarette. The best taste you can smoke, every inch a man smoke, every inch a man's cigarette. The best taste you can smoke, every inch a man smoke, every inch a man's cigarette.
If you're looking for flavor that runs deep, get with Camel. Get taste that speaks with authority, man to man. Clean cut, all there. Camel's got swagger, yet it's smooth. The best tobacco makes the best smoke. Get with Camel. Every inch a man smoke. His kind of mildness, too.
The best taste you can smoke, every inch a man smoke, every inch a man's cigarette.
The Wynr traffic light is amber.
Traffic is now heavy but still generally steady on most of the area's thoroughfares. Ryan is tight northbound in several locations, and the northwest inbound is tight at Ogden, but Congress is still okay unless you're in a hurry. Next WYNR traffic report at 8:20.
WYNR 1390 Chicago.
This is WYNR in Chicago, the new giant of Chicago skies, the world's most independent station.
Does your loudspeaker sound better lately? Chances are it does if you've been dialing 1390 Radio Row, Chicago's winner. There's a new ingredient called showmanship that goes into every helping. Showmanship is the sharp sound that exactly fits your listening mood. It's manufactured exclusively at 1390 Radio Row by the makers of such other fine products as the Bruce Brown, Lucky Cordell, Big John Evans, Dick Kemp, Floyd Brown, and Yvonne Daniels program. When shopping for the best in radio listening, don't settle for a carbon of a carbon. Be sure the product you get has showmanship, a new ingredient added to Chicago's big winner for your listening pleasure. Winner's Big Six are available only at the 1390 spot on your dial on better radio sets everywhere. WYNR.
WYNR News Center, the best pocket edition for people on the go.
New rioting rocks Iran. Terrorists strike again in Venezuela. Recent strife reported in Southeast Asia. Winter News, always first when seconds count.
WYNR 1390